everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Marisa Kazem, and today I'm going to be showing you my September setup in my bullet journal. So for this month's theme, I needed to do something very quick and easy. I moved house and I had a lot going on, so I decided to do a little brick theme. I know that seems kind of weird, but I wanted to do something with that fall color palette, and I just loved how it turned out. And for this month, I decided to go with the quote, "Never underestimate the power you have to take your life in a new direction," by Germany Kent. And I love that quote. I think it's very fitting for my life right now because I obviously feel very different this entire year. If you're new to my channel, you won't know that my dad passed away in February of this year. He died from COVID, and obviously my whole world has been turned upside down, and it's hard to look at how to change your life around, how to make circumstances different for you. And I do think bullet journaling has helped me with that, but so have these little helpful quotes, you know, like don't underestimate the power that you have. And I really like that word power. I think, you know, we're often discouraged from trying to get ahead in life or trying to get on with our own troubles and figure things out. But I do think it takes power to go through something horrible like that and come out on the other side. And I'm still working towards it. Obviously, it's not been that long at all. I mean, for some people, yeah, but like 7 months is not long at all to grieve, and I've really been taking my time, but I do want to take my life in a new direction, and I want bullet journaling to help me with that. Anyway, sorry, so back to the bullet journal. I wanted to keep this page very neutral and simple. I initially used a pink acrylograph pen to do the headings, but I ended up not liking it. So you'll see in the mood tracker, sorry, not in the mood tracker, in the habit tracker, I also did it in pink first, and then I decided to change it to that like taupe color. But this theme is literally the most simple and quickest theme I have ever done, because if you can see right now with the bricks, I'm just using that Tombow dual brush pen and I'm just swiping rectangles. That's all I'm doing. And then I outlined each rectangle with a white gel pen. I thought that this would make the bricks pop off the page a bit better, and I really love how it looked when I did that. And then after that, I went back in with the same dual tip brush pen and I just shaded some of the bricks to be darker in certain corners. Because if you're thinking of looking at an actual brick wall, it never looks perfect or consistent. There's always like darker bits of rain, or like, you know, the bricks just get like worn out and they don't look perfect. So that's why I did those darker patches. And then it was actually my boyfriend's idea for me to draw some kind of leaves on it, because we were both thinking of like those older brick buildings where there's vines and leaves coming out, and you could definitely do these plants in green and that would look really vibrant too. But I really wanted to stick with the full color palette and not go beyond that. And I love how it looks. This is so simple. This entire theme only took me like 2 to 3 hours to set up from beginning till end, and I barely planned anything. I basically just drew the outline of where I wanted all the boxes to go, just so that everything would be more centered. But otherwise, it was a very nice, quick theme. So as you can see, I went in with the pink headings first, and you can definitely keep it pink, but I just really wanted that more neutral tone, so that's why I go over it later with the more brown beige color. Also, if you're liking this theme so far, make sure to check the Etsy link in the description box below. I upload digitalized versions of my spreads. I haven't done all of them and I am working through it, but I have 4 uploaded at the moment, and you can download them, and they are available for January through December. It's not specific to the month that I did. So if you like this theme, but you want to use it for next month in October, I have an October title page with this theme, so you can have it any way you want, any month. And yeah, it's just a digital download, so you could print it off, you could stick it in a journal, whatever you like. So click on the link and definitely check it out. It was very weird for me trying to do a very simple theme this month, and I really wanted to not fill up the page with too much stuff. All of my themes tend to have a lot of decoration on them, and I do love doing that. It's so much fun. But I did not have time this month because I just finished actually moving, and September is about to begin, and I did not have time to actually plan and set up anything properly. When I started this theme, I literally sat down with my pens. They were all fall colored, and I was thinking, what can I do that's gonna look like something? I mean, you could definitely do an abstract theme where you just draw like circles and shapes in the colors that you want, and that would be cool too. But I didn't want to do that. I wanted to do something that was like, it looked like something, you know? I mean, I know these are just like stripes across the page, but to me, they do look like bricks. And I just wanted something that made me think of fall. And I'm from England, and in England, it's just covered in a lot of brick buildings that are wet and rainy, and I don't know why September always reminds me of England. I don't live there anymore, I live in America now, but September just always makes me think of England. And I didn't want to do a full-on British theme because I have to say I hate those. Like, I love seeing themes of other countries and other cities, but to do a whole England theme is too much for me. But I just wanted to do something that reminded me of that, and the bricks kind of do. I know that sounds so random, but if you've ever been to England, you'll know brick buildings are everywhere, and it's always this kind of dark caramel color. And it just turned out exactly how I wanted. It was simple, it was quick, it was easy. And I remember just sitting there with my pens thinking, what am I going to do this month that's quick, that I can just do on every page? Because I wanted to do something that was cohesive for each spread. And sometimes if you're drawing bigger things, like when I drew a camper van, I had to alter the sizes for each page. But for this, it was just like 2 dot grid spaces for the width of each brick, and then I just made a little pattern with them, and that was it. And it was so unbelievably simple. So for my weekly spreads, I'm doing the same thing I did last month, which is like kind of a Dutch door type of thing. I'm basically just trimming off the excess of each page so that I can have the edges of the page with the brick details, and then I have week 1 through 5 all in the center. I don't always do 5 weeks, but for this month I chose to do 5 weeks because on the 5th week there are more days that are September than October, so that's why I just lumped it all together. But I love this design of doing a weekly. It's definitely a lot easier than trying to do an individual weekly every week. And I'm not sure if I have time this month to be able to do that. I've got a lot of things I need to do, and I didn't want to not use my bullet journal just because I can't set up a weekly. So I thought I would just do the same thing as last month, where I put them all together in the middle of my spread. And yeah, I love how it looks, and the brick borders I love. I do think it could be a little bit much for some people, but I personally love it. It's like you're looking at a building to me, and then your weeklies in the middle. I know that sounds kind of strange, but I just love it. As always, all of the products that I'm using will be listed in the description box below, so if you're curious which specific pens I'm using, definitely have a look. I have them listed for you. I also just wanted to take a minute to say thank you to all of my new subscribers. My mid-year setup video got a lot more views than I'm used to, and I noticed a lot of people subscribing, and I just wanted to say welcome. Thank you for subscribing to my channel. I'm glad that you guys are enjoying my content, and I'm definitely going to be posting more. This is a very simple theme, but I'm a very artistic person, and I'm going to be doing more artistic things in the future. For October, I'm planning on doing something really cool, but I need to see if I can actually execute it. So if you're interested to see how that goes, definitely continue to subscribe to me and check out my Instagram, because I am gonna post what I'm doing with October as I go along, as long as it turns out right. Like, that's a big thing. But you know what, even if I flop and I fail, it doesn't matter, it'll still be a fun experiment. So yeah, definitely check out my stuff. But thank you so much for those of you who have subscribed. I really appreciate it, and I'm glad that you're all enjoying what I'm doing, because I'm a new bullet journaler. This stuff is not like natural to me, but I've really been enjoying it, and I guess I just want to share what I'm doing, because I feel like we all have different ways of setting up a bullet journal, and I know what I'm doing isn't necessarily different to other people, but it's good to see, I think, when it's new and different for one person versus someone who's experienced all the time. And I think if you're new like me and you're not quite sure how to execute what you want to do, then it's good to watch videos of other people doing it. And I'm just really grateful that you're all here able to watch my stuff. So thank you so much for subscribing and supporting my content. Also, here for the weeklies, I didn't want to show you how I set up every single week because it was the exact same for each week, so I just set up the first one for you, but you get the idea. You do the same thing for every week. And now this is my last spread. This is my monthly check-in and my monthly review page, and I really love this page. It's definitely helpful for me to reflect. Basically, my monthly check-in I do twice, so every 2 weeks I check in on how I'm doing emotionally, physically, and with my weight management. And then the monthly review page is, I have 4 different prompts for myself, and you can customize them to be whatever you want. For example, my last prompt of the month is, what would my dad say to me? And obviously that may not be applicable for a lot of you, but I never want to treat my dad as if he never existed. I always want him to be present in my life, even though he's not here anymore. And I feel like taking the time to really reflect on what my dad would say to me through each month of my life is very helpful for me, especially because my dad was my best friend. He really was the person I talked to about everything. And so to not have him anymore is very difficult to grasp and accept. So it's so crazy, but literally just having that little question in my bullet journal just makes me feel better. So anyway, that's my monthly review page, and I do recommend adding things like that to your own journals if it's something that will help you. And down in this corner, I decided to add another little quote, which is, trust the timing of your life. And as you can imagine, since my whole world has been turned upside down, I feel like I really need to focus on that. Bad things happen, but you can't change it, and I just have to trust the timing and see how my life goes. Anyway, so we've reached the end. This is the final flip through. Thank you guys so much for watching. I'm so appreciative and grateful for all of you who have subscribed and who continue to watch my videos. Definitely subscribe if you haven't, and check out my previous videos. I do have much more artistic spreads than this, but I wanted this month to be very simple and quick and easy for me to do. I literally had no proper chair when I filmed this video. That's how hectic it was for me at the time. So anyway, thank you for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one.